Hello, model class receiving students and teachers. Thank you, take your seats. All right, receiving students and model class, in our last lesson we looked at following directions. You did an activity where there were a lot of directions to follow. However, at the end of the activity we found out that you only have to write your name and follow direction number 2 and direction number 16. I have a recap question for you to answer. Anyone's got an answer for this question on the screen? Why is it important to understand directions? Natasha? Alexander, would you want to help Natasha? In your last activity, you were to follow directions. Why is it important to follow directions? Laka, help Alexander. Receiving students, please tell your teachers.
So we can do the right thing.
Okay, I write the answer down to do the right thing. Any more? Victoria? Why is it important to follow directions, Victoria?
Makes things to makes it easy to find things.
All right, thank you, Victoria. All right. Okay, thanks, Victoria.
Or where you want to go to.
Okay, you want to continue, or makes it easy to find things, or what to do. Okay. All right, good. So if you don't follow directions, you will be doing the right thing or the wrong thing. You will do the wrong thing. So in all our science lessons, it's always important to follow directions carefully. Now, class, I also left you with a homework to do. I wonder if you have completed that homework. Receiving students, tell your teachers. Model class, we will hear from one student. Our homework question was, how did people, or in the past, what did they do in order to measure things? That just imagine you don't have rulers that time, no weighing machines, all the instruments that you can name today. What did they use? Thank you, Owa. Tell us where you come from and you explain to us how did your people in your area measure things.
I'm come from Enga and Central Mix. And in our traditional times, they use rope to measure the things.
All right. Give us one example if you can think of. All right. Thank you. Maybe later I'll get back to you. Class, give him one big clap. Okay, stop. Receiving students, I hope you have the same, or you have told your teacher some ways in which your people in the past measure things. Or in our model class says they use strings to measure things. Hands up if your people in your area also use strings to measure. Bush ropes or any strings to measure things. Okay? I know your parents will tell you more about what your people in the past used to measure things. All right. Any others? Samuel? Samuel can't think of one. All right. Would you want to say something? No. Okay. Now, so in some societies, they use the coconut leaf or the palm leaf or Christmas tree leaves. They can use that to keep scores. When there is a game going on, for example, cricket, and instead of writing the numbers down, they use the leaves to count the scores, right? Or in the Motuan culture, they use knots to count during the Hiri trade. All right, I have a question for us, receiving students and the model class, sitting up straight. Okay, someone here thinking, what is length? You think about that question and I will introduce you to today's topic. What is our topic for today? Measuring with your hands. When I talk about your hands, what comes into your mind? Elizabeth? Any idea? Ken? All right. While you are thinking, receiving students and the model class, about what happens when you talk about, or when we talk about measuring with our hands. Let's go back to another question, the question that I introduced to you earlier. What is length? All right, we will do 3 warm-up exercises, which I am going to demonstrate to you what is length, width and height, and I will let you to do your exercise for today. All right, the first one, we are going to compare lengths of 2 objects. All right, in the classroom, receiving students and the model class, I have a stick or a branch, and group number 3 has a broom. I'd like someone in group number 3 to hold the broom up, please. Hold it, and that group there, someone to hold the stick so your friends can see clearly. One of you in that group. Hold the stick up. Stand up and hold it. Stand. All right, class. Okay, hold the stick, please. Can you stand? Are you listening to instructions or dreaming? Stand with the broom. Now, you look at that stick and the broom. Class, receiving students. When we talk about length, which is longer? Which of the 2 objects are longer? Hands up if you say the stick is longer than the broom. Receiving students, if you can also do the same. Okay, good, hands down. Hands up if you say the broom is longer than the stick. Nobody. Now, how can we tell which is longer than the other? What made you to think that the stick is longer than the broom? Yes? Where's the mic? Joe?
By looking at their size.
Okay, he says by looking at the size. You agree, class, receiving students? Yes. All right. Anyone's got another answer? Okay, good. Let's have Lorraine.
By looking at the height.
By looking at the height. All right, good. Now, is there anything that we can use to measure to find which object is longer than the other? Can you think of anything that we can use to confirm our answer that the stick is longer than the broom? Imagine that we are in the past. We have no ruler, we have no instruments, modern instruments to use. What are we going to use? Come on, 60 receiving students. I know you are telling your teacher. Oa gave us an idea in his answer to do with his homework. What did he say? If you can remember what Oa said. In the past, these people used what? Vanessa? Oh, you're too scared to say the answer? Okay, what am I holding here, class? What is this? Wool. What am I going to do with this wool now? Okay, now I am going to measure. Can someone help me to measure? So that we can confirm which is longer, the stick or the broom. Caro, can you go and measure one of the two? Okay, class watching Caro. Okay, thank you, class. Give him one big clap. Now Caro has measured the stick using a string or the wool. The wool is the unit to measure the stick. Now, he's here. We are not complete yet. How are we going to measure the length of the broom to confirm which is longer? Now he's got the string already. What is he going to do with the string? He will break it. Caro, can you do that for us, please? Oh, using his teeth. Sorry, we didn't give you a scissors to do that. Thank you, Caro. Okay. What is he going to do with that string? Please put your hands up. Christopher, please, could you give us? Okay, Christopher is still thinking. Let's go for Rollin. Fred, is there a Fred here? Lewis?
Measure it with the broom.
By measuring the broom. With what? What is it going to use to measure the broom?
Wood.
Okay, he's holding two wools. Which one?
which he was measured with a stick.
Hands up if you agree with him, the one that he used to measure the length of the stick, okay? Hands up if you don't agree, you have another idea. Receiving students? All right. Now let's go for Lewis answer. Thank you. Caro, can you do the right thing again? Sorry. Where are you going to go? All right. Let's see. Give me that other strip. Okay, class watching. Caro again, please, and keep your hands there, please. Are you happy with your answer now, class? Yes, again, please. But this time steady. Don't move. Just be steady and facing the camera. Okay, good. All right, give the two of them a big clap. All right, so class, you can see now that the string is a unit that we use to measure how long something is. All right, in this case, we use the broom and the stick or the branch. Now, when we talk about length, we are talking about how what? How long something is. All right, let's go to the next warm-up exercise, which is comparing heights of students. I'm going to use two students here in class. Let's go for Alison. Can you stand where you are? Just stand there. Alison, please stand. Okay, and we'll go for Alison, sorry, make your way up in front. Receiving students. We are going to now use two students to demonstrate height, or what is height. Okay, we have Alison here, and we will get Vanessa. Stand there, Vanessa. Okay. Stand straight, please, Vanessa. Vanessa, you come and stand here. No. Okay. Class, standing up straight, please. Vanessa and your friend, Alison. Who is tall? Hands up if you go for Alison. Receiving students, that's Alison there, and this is Vanessa. All right, good. Hands down. Hands up if you go for Vanessa. All right. What makes you to say that Alison is tall? Radolf? Oh, Robert. Okay, Robert will help him.
By looking at their size.
By looking at their size. Who is fat and who is thin? So he says size. Because she's thin, he thinks that she's taller than Vanessa because Vanessa is fat. I mean, not really fat. She has a good build. She also has a good build. Everybody's got good builds, okay? No need to say anything bad about each other's. All right, good. Now, what are we going to do to confirm that Alison is taller than Vanessa? Don't think about the string this time. Look around the classroom and think of something. All look around where you're sitting. Hurry up, class. Receiving students, tell your class what are we going to use? Ruler? No, we're not going to use the ruler. I said don't talk about ruler. We are in the past. no instruments. All right, let's have what's your name? Sorry. It's okay. Michaeline, come please. We are going to use Michaeline now to compare the two girls, their heights. Michaeline, come please. Stand. You come forward, come forward. Okay, Michaeline is here. Now, Michaeline will give you a clue. What am I going to do now? What is she going to do? She's going to stand against each of the two girls. We are now going to use Michaeline as a unit of measurement, how tall. So Michaeline, stand with Vanessa, and let's see. Vanessa, come closer. Okay, Michaeline, add up. Let's see. Okay, Vanessa is where the middle of a ear and where eye is. Okay, good. Are we going to use her again? To measure who? Alison. Okay, come. Alison, come. Michaeline, come. Can you still remember Vanessa's height from her? Yes, okay. Come. All right, let's see Alison. Alison is where, let's estimate. Yeah. Okay, went past the ear, where her head is. Just above here. So, Michaeline is the unit that we use to measure how tall each of these girls are. Give them one big clap, class, quickly. Thank you. You may go and sit down. All right, last one. When we talk about height, we are looking at how tall, or you can also say high, right? Okay, last one. We are going to look at this chalk box, class, the chalk box and the baked bean tin. Which is tall? Which is high? Which is high? Hey, put it there. I didn't tell you to bring it. Leave it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The chalk box. Or hold it and stand there. And Imelda, hold this and stand. So the class can see, and the receiving students can also have a look at the tin. Tell me which one is high? Or let's say which one is long? Hands up if you go for baked bean. The tin. Good. Receiving students, you agree? Yes, good. Put your hands down. Hands up if you go for the chalk box. One hand. Nobody. Oh. What are we going to use to compare their height? Look around and see things in your classroom. Come on, 6Es, think. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Look at your exercise books. Not only your exercise book, your body as well. What are you going to use? All right, Madhu, tell us. Okay, Madhu, come on.
Your hand.
Your hand, okay. Can you come and demonstrate? show the class what do you mean by your hand. What class watching, receiving students, Madhu says hand. Okay. He's using his hand. Okay, good. What about the chalk box? Are you going to do the same? Okay. Right, give him one big clap, class. You are all thinking, thank you, Madhu. Any other things that you can use? Joe? All right, let's see your exercise books. Can someone tell me what can you do to use your exercise book to see which one is tall or high? The tin or the chalk box? Who's got an idea? Are we thinking? So this is what you will do. Use, what do we say? If you put them all get a book, one after the other. M1M now. You will, this is the chalk box. This is 2 exercise books so far. 3. Count, class. 4. We are trying to see how high this is. 5, 6. Wait. 7, 8, 9, 10. Still have space there. 14, are you counting? 15. Okay, class, wait, be careful. How many exercise books will make the height of this chalk box? 17, okay. Oh, I bring the tin fish tin here. Let's check the tin. The baked bean tin. Okay, count again. 1, fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not yet. 20. Let's be careful. Wait, 20. Sit. 20. Okay, the last one here. How many books? 22. So are you now happy that you know which is tall and which is short? All right, so when we end, we talk about how thick those 2 things are. When we talk about the width, we are saying how thick, how wide, thick, wide. How thick or wide something is. Right, class, we are now going to do our activity, and this activity will be taken away for homework. And you are going to do that for homework. The activity is here, receiving students and model class. We are going to use a tape measuring with arbitrary units. Measuring with arbitrary units. Class, you're going to copy this table down, and at your own time, you are going to complete this table with your group members. Let's do one as an example. Your task to do, you will measure the length of your classroom door, the top length of the desk marked by your teacher, the length of your exercise book, length of your classroom, the width of your classroom, and last one, the height of the chalkboard. All right. So this is what you will do. You will not use a ruler. You are going to use something else or some objects to help you measure. Let's say group number 1. What are you going to use to measure the length of your classroom door? Huh? Don't talk about ruler. We are using, we are going to be using other objects to help us measure. Okay, this one says they're going to use they will use their feet, or you can say you use your pace. Okay? So, here they will write pace. Pace or feet. Now, listen, model class. Now you will guess how many feet will give you the length of your classroom door. 2, 1, 3. Just guess. 1, okay, 1. Okay, you write your guess down, 1. To confirm, you will actually go to the classroom door and use your feet to confirm. Okay, your pace. And after you measure the length, then you write your confirm answer here. Is that clear? Okay, this group, they want feet, but you can choose another thing. Maybe your hand span. When I talk about hand span, receiving students and model class, when we say hand span, we are referring to your thumb and small finger, or small man. You say small man. So the length from here, from your thumb, your hands wide like this to this small man here is your hand span. Hand span. Let me write it down. All right, and if you want to use your arm, when you stretch your arm from this end all the way to here is, your both hands, from that end to that end, that's your arm span. Arm span. Okay. Your leg is your pace. Okay. If you want to use the string, you can use the string. Your group will decide what to write. Okay. I already gave you a clues what to use to measure. Is that clear? All right. We have some questions, but that will be done later. Class, let's look at our summary. Sorry, before you do your summary, just complete this table. Receiving teacher, if you can quickly copy this table down for your students, and they can complete this activity as homework, so as the model class. All right, let me go through the table again, and we will end our lesson for today. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns. First column, task to do. Second column, what are you going to use to measure? Third, you guess. Fourth column, you confirm by measuring. And the last one, you will compare your answer with the other group. And for the model class, I've told you earlier before the lesson which groups you will work with to compare your answer. Number 1 task is measure the length of your classroom door. Number 2, measure the top desk of the length of the desk. Your teacher will mark that for you. 3, the length of your exercise book. 4, the length of your classroom. 5, the width. How wide is your classroom? 6, how tall or how high the blackboard is. All right, class, this has brought us to the end of our lesson. Before your summary, again, in today's lesson, we looked at units that can help us to measure apart from ruler or other modern instruments. We tried the hand span is 1 unit, arm span, we used exercise books, we used strings, and you can name others as well. They come under this name called arbitrary units. Class, let's say arbitrary. Okay, arbitrary simply means hand span, arm span, exercise book, things that you use to measure. Clear? Our summary for today's lesson. All right, our summary reads, class, let's read the summary together, everybody. Again, 1, 2, start, receiving students.
There are different materials used to measure length of objects. For example, your hand span, strings, etc.
Okay, etc. Again, let's read the last one together. Okay, let's say arbitrary. Okay, arbitrary units. Okay, it's not only length, we also looked at height and width. Guess our key phrase for today. Okay. All right, good. Our key phrase for today is arbitrary units. Our next lesson will be on what else can you measure with. This is a continuation of today's lesson. Our materials, you will need meter rulers, 30 centimeter rulers, tape measure if you have one. That's all. All right, class, thank you for your participation in today's lesson.